I want to be honest with you about something. I've been doing this work for a long time, and the part that never gets old, not once, in 50,000 hours of working with doodle families, is what happens when a doodle parent finally gets a system that was actually built for their dog. There is a moment, it's different for everyone. For some families, it's the first time they call their dog in from the backyard and they actually come. For some, it's the first door greeting that doesn't end in chaos. For some, it's just standing in the kitchen with their doodle calm beside them and realizing, oh, this is what I wanted. That moment is why I do this work. And this week, I want to give it to you. I'm Corinne Gearhart, founder of the Doodle Pro and your host. This is episode 96 of the Doodle Pro podcast. And I want to train with you this spring. Over the past 2 weeks, we've talked about a lot of things on this podcast. We've talked about the study that went viral and what it actually found. We talked about the trust fund puppy idea, the pattern behind the chaos, and the one structural shift that starts to change it. We talked about why the tips and the videos and the puppy class and that expensive trainer didn't transfer to real life. And we talked about what 5 days can actually do for a doodle parent who's already tried a lot. If you've been listening, you've done something important. You've started to understand your dog differently. You know that your doodle is not the problem, that the behavior is a pattern, that the pattern responds to the right approach, that you have not been failing. You've been under supported. That understanding is the foundation of everything that comes next. This week, we build on it together. I want to speak directly to a few different people. If you've been dealing with this for years, 3 years, 8 years, you've tried so many things that hope feels dangerous. You've gotten good at managing the chaos. Can someone say no company? You've stopped dreaming about what things could be like because hoping costs something. You've already spent a lot. This week is for you. Not because 5 days fixes 8 years, because 5 days shows you that 8 years is fixable. And that changes everything else. If your doodle's a teenager right now, you brought home this teddy bear puppy who is perfect or close to perfect. And somewhere around like 14 months, everything got harder and you could not explain why. The things that worked stopped working. The dog you thought you knew started behaving like a stranger. This week's for you. Day one is going to explain exactly what happened and why it's completely normal and completely navigable. If you just got your doodle, fresh little 8 to 12 weeks, maybe just a week home, the biting and the energy and the accidents and 11 o'clock Google searches, and you're not behind. You're early. And the families who start right don't have easier doodles, they have less patterns to undo. This week is for you. And if you're joining us from somewhere far from me, from British Columbia or England or Spain or the Netherlands or New Zealand or South Australia or anywhere else that's not Colorado, USA, I'm so happy that you've registered and the replay is all yours. It's in your portal and it's there until April 29th. You belong in this community. You being in this community from across the world means something to me. Welcome to Doodle Nation. Doodle love is global. Doodle challenges are global. So is this community. I had some big smiles when I saw some of the cities that registered. This week is for you too. Tomorrow night is our pre-party kickoff, Friday, April 17th, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. This is a live Zoom call, about 30 minutes, where we'll officially meet each other. I'll walk you through exactly what the week is going to look like, and we celebrate the fact that you showed up. There's also a giveaway, Doodle merch, and a signed copy of my book, Your Doodle's Daily Schedule Blueprint. Attendance at the pre-party is required to be entered for the giveaway. So if you've registered and you haven't yet blocked out tomorrow night, now's the moment. If you're in a time zone where 7 p.m. Mountain Time is not feasible, I see you, British Columbia. I see you, England. I definitely see you, Spain and New Zealand. The challenge lessons are available in replay immediately after each live session. The pre-party replay will also be in your portal. But if you can make the live call, I really do want to see you there. There's something about the energy of that first night that sets the tone for the whole week. It's worth showing up for. The link to register if you haven't yet is at thedoodlepro.com/challenge. Here's what challenge week looks like. We start Monday, April 20th. Day one is why doodles are wired differently and why that wiring means you need a different approach than what you would use with any other dog. This is the aha moment that reframes everything. Most doodle parents tell me day one alone was worth the week. Day two is the trust fund puppy. We name the pattern, you take the quiz, and we install the first piece of the system that starts to change it. This is where you get your first real win. Day three is why puppy class and YouTube videos and generic programs didn't transfer to real life and what transfer actually requires. Day four is the missing system, what it looks like, what it builds, and why your doodle is ready for it. Day five is what happens next, and that is where I want to work with you specifically in Zoomies to Zen. Each day is a live Zoom lesson, 20 to 30 minutes, followed by practice on your own time that takes about 5 to 10 minutes. The replay will be in your portal right after each live session, available to all registered participants until April 29th. You'll also have a VIP option if you're going to be super busy or want to revisit. That will be available through April 21st if you want 90 days of replay access and the workbook. But that's not a requirement. The free challenge is real and complete on its own. This week was built to work. I want to tell you something I've already told you on this podcast this week because it's worth saying again. A trainer friend of mine told me she was glad I work with doodles so she doesn't have to. And I understand that these dogs are a lot. They are fast and social, a little anxious, opinionated, and they'll find every gap in a system that was not built specifically for them. Training doodles requires a level of specificity and patience that not every trainer wants to sign up for. I chose them on purpose, not in spite of all that, because of it. Because when you get it right with a doodle, when the system is actually built for their brain and the relationship is built on trust, and the doodle parent finally understands what their dog needs, what you get is extraordinary. A doodle who's engaged and responsive and genuinely joyful in working with you. A doodle parent who stops dreading walks and starts enjoying them. A relationship that's actually what both of you wanted when you brought this dog home. That's what I've spent 50,000 hours building this system for. Not for the easy dogs, for these dogs. For every doodle nerd who found this podcast and kept coming back because something in them knew there had to be a better way. And this week, I want to work with yours. You've been trying to figure this out. You've watched the videos, you did the class, you stood in the park calling your doodle's name while they ran towards the other dog and wondered, what is the point? You've called them in from the backyard more times than you can count. You've apologized to guests for the greeting at the door. You have Googled at 11 o'clock at night. You've been doing this mostly alone, without a system that was built for your specific dog, without a community of people who understand exactly what you're dealing with. That changes this week. The pre-party is tomorrow night, April 17th, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. The challenge starts on Monday. Whether you're in Colorado or British Columbia or Birmingham or Madrid, whether you're 4 weeks in or 8 years in, Whether your doodle spent puppy class behind a barrier or forgot everything at the park, this week was built for you. thedoodlepro.com/challenge. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night where we celebrate how doodles are different, wonderfully so.